So I learned about ScribeAmerica from a friend of mine who worked at Florida Hospital in the emergency department, and she knew that I was exploring the options of going to medical school or PA school or nursing school. So she recommended that I apply for the position. I took my final exam. I had a stack about 3 feet high of 3x5 cards that I just copied, sheer memorization right out of the book. And from that moment on, I knew this job was for me. I really enjoyed working in a clinical environment. I really enjoyed the access to the physicians from day one, and I wouldn't change any of it for the world. Honey, do you want sugar in your tea? Yeah? Okay. A good work-life balance is important to me. As a single father, I try to balance what I have to do with work and my workload and my family life. The flexibility that's allowed me by this company allows me to still be present for field trips and piano recitals and chorus rehearsals and things that really with another corporation would be difficult because I would be stuck on a regular 9 to 5. So that is one thing that I really do enjoy about working for ScribeAmerica, and they've bent over backwards to accommodate my schedule. That's where our model is a little different from the MSS model, and I think that's part of the culture change. For example, how am I going to know what your scribes are supposed to do if I'm not on the floor doing it? I travel a lot. I'd say about 3 weeks out of the month on average I'm out of town for either clients or conferences or whatever need to be. During the summer it tapers down a little bit. I travel about once a month, maybe for a week or so. When I was in Louisiana, I was at the Intercontinental, right a couple blocks off of Bourbon Street. So they always put you in a nice safe hotel room with good accommodations. I'm headed over to the FEP office. They've got a new process rolling out with Cerner, EKGs. This is very much a customer satisfaction issue. I could very easily have handled this over a conference call or a WebEx. ScribeAmerica were really about the personal touch to the client. There's something about sitting across a desk from somebody and shaking their hand. So the reason I'm making the 20-minute drive to the FEP office today, just to make sure that they understand that we're here to partner with them, we're going to handle their issue, they can rely on us as a resource for their physicians to make sure that this goes off without a hitch.
Our satisfaction with ScribeAmerica is very high. Anytime we need to put in a new process or the physicians feel that the scribes could do something to help them out to make their work a little more streamlined, then Fabio's immediately responsive to helping us put that process in place.
We are heading to Dr. Ravito's office on the campus of the University of Central Florida. Dr. Ravito is one of our very valued partners with recruitment. I go to him so he can send me his fellows who are looking for careers in healthcare. I'm having Jonathan Flynn, one of my up-and-coming junior project leaders and now project leader, join me at Dr. Ravito's office as I get busier in my role. Yeah, no, it is. So we really can't thank you enough. We really value our partnership with Men's Health Initiative and UCF. So it's been very valuable. We love hiring knights at every level of the game for us. They work hard. They come very well prepared from their educational background here at UCF. And then anyone that even mentions Men's Health Initiative on their application automatically gets an interview.
That's great. I always mention in my classes like every year, actually every semester, I'm like, do you ever hear of ScribeAmerica? And people are like, yeah, I heard it's really hard. I was like, yeah, but the thing is though, if you go through that program and you succeed, you're gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it, trust me.
Yeah, and that's what I tell our new applicants. I tell them, if you think of yourself, third-year medical students get the kind of exposure that scribes get from the very first day of training.
Scribe's a great program. Like I recommend it to any student that's looking into going into clinical, like any kind of clinical work afterwards, like through their degree at an undergrad. Like what you do is totally fantastic and totally appreciate it for sure.
Well, thank you, sir.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Any advice I would give to any new scribe would be to be confident. I see a lot of newer scribes come in and they're nervous. They really don't know how to interact with physicians or PAs, and they lock up or they freeze and they don't talk much, and it really impedes them.
Just a little history about ScribeAmerica. Our company was founded in 2004 in California. We started with a single scribe, a single doctor, and 1 ER, and now we are the largest scribe company in America. You will, after you pass classroom training, you will go into a clinical training, which is floor shifts. And then after you pass that period, you go into a 90-day eval period where you're on your own, but it's basically a probationary period. That's very tough and demanding, but it is very fun and rewarding. You learn every day. There are also opportunities for growth within our company. I know all the management here started as a scribe. Fabio, our regional president now, started as a scribe. CEO, they were all $8 an hour scribes.
We're going to be headed over to Dr. Patel's, it's called Windermere Medical Center. Dr. Patel is a newer partner. He was actually very innovative. He saw the need for a scribe before he saw the revenue in his practice to justify the scribe program. He started a new practice in a very nice part of town, and he knew that he was in the right market and that his practice would grow quickly. He didn't want to have to worry about training scribes in the middle of a busy day, so he actually opened his practice and brought us on board from day one at a loss. Then as his practice grew, and now his practice is really expanding, he's added several nurse practitioners. We have grown with him.
Fabio has been a great partner with me with ScribeAmerica. Basically, I met him when he was introducing scribes to me, to ScribeAmerica. And after implementing 2 scribes right now, we were adding a 3rd scribe. Basically, it's just made my work more efficient. He's basically continued to partner with me, always making sure that the scribes are doing what my expectations are, and basically making sure that we're getting what we need out of scribes, on a continued basis. We get reports every month, things that we need to get improved. There's improvements that Fabio is implementing as well.
So he's been a fantastic partner, and those are the partnerships that we really look for, is those that last long into the future with a willing partner to, healthcare changes, and we're going to have to change with them. So we're heading over to our monthly team meeting, first Friday of the month, every month at 2 p.m. We hold a meeting at the FEP corporate office with all of the chief scribes from all of the surrounding areas. There's about 15 to 20 of them that come in. The rest of them will call in or join via Uber conference line. And then there should be a useful guide for creating an annual plan, and that falls under my shoulders. I'm the one that's in charge of steering the ship in the vision of what corporate wants us to do. But some good management and operational goals. For a lot of them, this is their very first professional setting. They've never held a professional position. They're in charge of people. They're responsible for communicating with medical leaders, such as medical directors, assistant medical directors, CNOs of hospitals. So I have found that by spending some time every month having these conversations with them on how to develop those professional skills really saves us a lot of headache and helps reinforce those trusted partnerships that are really at the core of our organization. Yeah, I have 3 to 5 core future strategies that tie together program goals and objectives, and then financial, administrative, governance goals and objectives. You have the achievement of our purpose, and the smaller circle is the vision of our preferred future, which is happy doctors with great scribes. That is the vision of our preferred future. I actually look forward to this day. It's one of my favorite days of the month. I like hanging out with all of them. I like talking through their issues and making sure they understand that, I'm here for them and that we're here to support them and what they need. Best advice I could give a prospective scribe would be to study their training material. You really have to put in the hard work on the front end to build that foundation to be a successful scribe on the floor. If you do not invest the time into learning the material that is covered in classroom training, it will show in your floor training, and it will be very difficult to succeed.
Hey Christy, how are you? Good. I was just calling to get an update on SEMS. I had my call with Natalie yesterday, and she's pretty much booked solid. But still, that's best. So that way, when you get on site, you have some tangible evidence to move forward with. Is that the goal here?
Today I actually have a 4 p.m. flight, so that's pretty typical. I try to fly in the afternoons, that way I still get a full work day in. I find that if I, even a short flight, 2 hours away from my inbox and it's exploding, I'm sure now I don't even want to look at how bad it's been, just because we've had all these site visits and all these meetings this morning. But, it works out well. It allows me to have a good balance for my workload. Hopefully the flight will have Wi-Fi so I can catch up on my inbox. We'll see. So every step of the way, ScribeAmerica culture engaged me, because from the scribe on the floor to our CEO and our chief operations officers, this is a company built by scribes and physicians for scribes and physicians. And there's no other scribe company on the market that can say that. Our chief operations officer used to be a project leader that traveled the country just like the rest of us. Our CEO used to be a scribe that, worked clinical shifts. And that really resonates with me because it really is a ground up, grassroots, almost like a national mom and pop organization. It was a quick trip, quick turnaround, but I am glad to be home. Can't wait to see my daughter. It's been a week and I miss her dearly. Hello.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Sweet Pea. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. My flight just landed.
I know. If I called you,
Yeah, I missed you so much.
I miss you too.
Well, I love you, sweetie. I'm about 30 minutes away from the house. I just got in the car headed home. So I'll see you soon.
Okay, Daddy. Bye.
Bye. Love you.